Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So, look, I thought it would be pretty fun just to hop in and do a quick little New York Jets mock draft, right? Nothing too crazy, just, rounds 1 through 3 here. Total of 5 overall picks. Keep in mind that the Jets have the Seattle Seahawks first round pick and their third round pick, okay? The whole Jamal Adams trade. So this upcoming draft is going to be crucial. It's going to be a fun ride. And I can't really speak for the entirety of Jets Nation here. I can only speak for myself personally. I'm so focused on the offseason. Okay, it's going to be absolutely nuts, right? It's going to be bonkers, right? New coach, free agency. The Jets have like millions upon millions of dollars in cap space. And then, of course, the draft. And there's a very, very, very high possibility that the Jets could wind up with that first overall pick. And then, of course, with that comes the first pick in every round. So let's hop right in with the first overall pick. You guys know exactly where I'm going with it. Okay, I do have the Jets finishing as the worst team in the league. It's going to be Clemson quarterback Trevor Lawrence, right? Standing tall at 6'6", 215 pounds. When you take a look at the New York Jets offense, it's the biggest comedy show of the year, all right? It's a complete and utter joke. You look at the offensive statistics, they make you want to throw up. You watch them on the field, it makes you feel even worse. It starts with the quarterback position. What better way to jumpstart an offense than to select the greatest quarterback prospect since John Elway? All right. No, that's not an over exaggeration. I know generational talent, I feel like, gets thrown out each and every year. But Trevor Lawrence, Andrew Luck, and John Elway are really the only three that can, live up to that term, all right? The Jets cannot pass on a guy of this caliber. Coming out of Clemson, he's pro-ready right now, above average arm, above average size. He can move around. He throws the ball with such grace. He leads receivers perfectly. The ball placement is excellent. The accuracy, he has an overall command of the offense. Everything about Trevor Lawrence is perfect outside of one small issue, one small little red flag. Sometimes he throws off his back foot and tries to force the ball. Okay, that's an easy fix. All right, that's an easy fix. Eventually, it comes with time. And if that's the only thing that makes you pause when you're looking at Trevor Lawrence, that means he's the guaranteed #1 overall pick. Okay, he is top-notch, cream of the crop, upper echelon, elite quarterback prospect. Okay. So moving on to the Jets' second first-round pick, right, originally owned by the Seattle Seahawks, I have him selecting Trey Smith, tackle/guard out of Tennessee. 6'6", 330-pound mauler. This dude at the point of attack is an absolute tank. He's a beast, all right, especially in the run game. You look at where the Jets struggle on the O-line, right, as a whole. Mekhi Becton, left tackle, fantastic. George Fant has progressed very, very nicely. I actually feel comfortable with him at right tackle. The issue is center and guard play. I'm looking at Trey Smith and I'm plugging him in as a day one plug and play player at guard. All right. Again, a 6'6", 330-pound tank at that guard position that plays with a little bit of a mean streak, searches out contact, really wants to impose his will on the defenders. Think of how Mekhi Becton plays, a guy that likes contact, a guy that likes to slam people down, really just humiliate them. Trey Smith is the same style of player, right? Fantastic high school recruit, has gone to, went on to Tennessee, obviously, and he's just been a complete staple for the Vols. Outside of, I believe it was his sophomore year when he was dealing with the blood clots, but all in all, he's looking solid right now, and I would definitely consider Trey Smith with that bottom of the first round style of pick. One quick note that I want to make before I move on to the second round, with that Seahawks pick, when we're thinking about, who could possibly be there, who are we going to mock at that draft selection, we have to remember that we don't know where the Seahawks are going to finish, right? The NFC is loaded. They can easily be bounced in the first round. So we can wind up with the 19th overall, 21st overall, and then the Jets are looking at guys like Devontae Smith, Travis Etienne, running back from Clemson, Waddle from Bama, right? A lot of guys are in play if the Jets are, in those late teens, early 20s. But just to play it safe, I had the Seahawks getting to the conference championship game and, bottom 4, and that's where I have them selecting Trey Smith. So moving right along to round 2, Terrence Marshall, wide receiver, LSU, okay? 6'3", 200 pounds, reminds me so much of T. Higgins, okay? So much of T. Higgins. Both guys don't have elite speed, and they don't have elite separation skills, but throw it up to Higgins, throw it up to Marshall, guess who's coming down with it, it's going to be T Marsh. All right. So again, 6'3", 6'4", borderline. The combine's going to be big for him. I think Marshall on the outside is going to be huge for a rookie quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. Yes, we have Denzel Mims. Yes, we have Jamison Crowder in the slot. I was thinking about maybe doing putting a Sean Wade here, corner from Ohio State. But I think Sean Wade's actually more of a slot corner. And Brian Poole has played well this season. It's going to be interesting to see if Joe Douglas brings Poole back again. Obviously signing the 1-year contract last offseason. I feel like Brian Poole will be back. And I don't necessarily feel 1,000% comfortable with Wade on the outside. So I got to go T Marsh, right? Terrence Marshall Jr., LSU. I think he's going to be an immediate help. Red zone threat, that's something that the New York Jets offense simply does not have. I feel like when the Jets get into the red zone, they're even worse than they normally are, okay? As crazy as that sounds, all right? So Marshall Jr. to the Jets, first pick in the second round. So now we're entering round 3, okay? And I got to be honest with you. I have the Jets selecting one of my favorite players in this draft, if not my favorite player in the draft, okay? This is a guy that not many people are talking about with, the upper end cornerbacks, like first round, but to me, I've watched him for a very, very long time. I'm in love with his tape and his physical measurables. I think he also possesses a lot of potential down the line. It's Paul Senadibo, cornerback, Stanford. 6'1", 190, 195-ish. This dude, to me, has elite outside cornerback potential. All right, he's my style of corner. Bigger, lanky, huge long arms. All right, just a guy that wins at 50-50 balls. Again, he's not afraid of contact. A dude who really, I mean, I'll try to, by the way, I'll try to find like cool, I don't know, highlight videos. I'll link them all down in the description box so you kind of have an idea of who the heck I'm talking about here. But I mean, he screams Byron Jones. He screams Byron Jones, a long, athletic cornerback that is fantastic at defending and breaking up passes, just getting in the minds of wide receivers, not so much, verbally like a Jalen Ramsey, but just a guy who he just sticks on the wide receiver's hips, right, all the time. People talk poorly about the Pac-12. It's not the Big 12 as far as what cornerbacks have to be responsible for. Obviously, it's not the SEC, but man, when you look at Adebo's tape, you're gonna really like it. You're gonna really, really like it. All right. And for the Jets cornerback positions right now, it's a little shaky, right? Quincy Wilson didn't really work out. Blessian Austin, he's injured. Pierre Desir didn't really work out. There's a bunch of question marks. Right now, we're starting 2 rookies, one of which was undrafted, Lamar Jackson and Bryce Hall, Virginia on the opposite side. 2 guys that I like, right? 2 guys that are bigger, kind of possess the size that I like as well. But man, when I'm looking at Paulson out of Stanford, I really, really like him. I think he could come in and start right now and be the starting number 2 corner on this team. So moving on to our third round pick. Okay, the last one of this mock draft, we're taking a visit down to Ames, Iowa. Okay, Charlie Kohler, tight end, Iowa State. Let's be honest with ourselves for just 1 second. Do the New York Jets know what a tight end is? Chris Herndon hasn't worked out. And quite frankly, neither did Jeff Cumberland. When was the last time the Jets had a good tight end? 2009, 2010, Dustin Keller. Okay. We don't use them. I don't know why. Is it because we don't have any? Is it because we don't know what to do, how to scheme them up, how to develop these guys? Charlie Kohler is going to change that. Okay, 6'6", 250, 255. Kohler isn't Kyle Pitts, okay? He's not the electrifying dynamo that's going to be blazing past corners. That's just a matchup nightmare. He's not Kittle. He's not Ertz. He's not Kelsey, okay? But what Kohler is Mike Gesicki, a reliable safety net for Trevor Lawrence. All right, 6'6", again, elite size and elite athleticism. A huge red zone threat, okay? A guy that Lawrence could look to in the flat on 3rd and 3 that's going to come down with the football. A guy who's not afraid to block. He's not afraid to get tackled by these corners, by these linebackers, by these safeties. He's out there playing like a grown man. He wants to enforce his will. And there is somewhat of a common trend, with these draft picks. This is just my personal preference, but all of these guys are really physical and they play pissed off, right? They are not afraid of contact, okay? And I love that. I love that that trade. I think the Jets need to get a little bit more physical, a little bit more ferocious, a little bit more vicious and aggressive, to be honest, right? I think the Jets need to embody Mekhi Becton's mindset, right? Watch how Mekhi Becton plays. I want the entire team to play like that. And yeah, Becton is a physical freak. He's a tank. Not everybody possesses his talent and size and athleticism, but you can control how you play. And I want players playing like Becton, driving the opposing players to the ground through the whistle, and really just trying to physically dominate each and every football game. So that's the quick mock, right? Nothing too crazy. Obviously, these picks aren't set in stone. It's before the Senior Bowl, before pro days, before the combine. So much can change. Just wanted to give you guys just a couple of names to watch, a couple of names that I'm really looking at. A couple of guys that I want the Jets to target personally. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your draft picks down below. Whether you want to do, the full mock, right, rounds 1 through 7, or just 1 through 3, that'd be fantastic too. Can't wait to see it. It's going to be great. Really looking forward to reading that stuff. So I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.